Okay, good morning, guys. How's everything going today?
Excellent.
Good. All right. So I wanted to ask you guys a couple questions about Zigen this morning, and just to kind of get some perspective for our customers and potential customers out there in the field. We're at CEDIA this week in Denver, and Zigen's come out with several new products, so I wanted to kind of get some perspective on the company itself. Ed, you founded Zigen. What drove you to build a company as an ex-integrator like Zigen?
All the hiccups that we used to have as an integrator with the connectivity products out there in the field. So I was driven to find an answer or a definite fix to the problem.
Okay.
So that's where it all started back in 2005.
So you kind of understand the cost of doing something wrong a couple times.
Absolutely.
Okay. So you feel your products have solved those problems of go backs and redos and all the things that have caused nightmares for installers with HDMI.
Yes.
All right. Is your product 4K now, Ed?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And how long have you been shipping products?
Since last CEDIA.
Last CEDIA, great. Probably one of the early manufacturers to come to market. And who's this gentleman on your right?
This is Juha Nurmenen. He's our VP of engineering, and he leads the engineering department. And
Thank you.
Can you, welcome to CEDIA this year. And can you tell us a little bit about some of the engineering projects that are underway for Zigen, and kind of give us some kind of time frames to when these products will be into the hands of integrators?
Yes. So we are working on multiple different platforms, basically in the 4K domain, and we are going to be releasing different types of extenders, matrices in an ongoing fashion over the next few months. So we have different kind of wall plates, we have different kinds of receivers with added functionality like power amplification, and coming with the presentation type of matrices with different types of inputs like VGAs, HDMIs, HD-based that combine everything together with audio. So these kinds of products are going to be platforms, and then more spin-offs and add-ons are going to be coming from those in the next months on an ongoing fashion.
Tell us a little bit about the integration of the products and the WebOS and how you actually can get into these devices. I thought that was very innovative and something brand new.
So, Jeff, the concept that we're heavily focused on is control, and the control via various different means. So we are building blocks that installers can add to a room or a area that communicate with each other. So basically you have WebOS that can control multiple different things from wherever you are. So everything's networked, control is done through the WebOS or through IP, RS-232 or IR signaling. So we're giving all these different options just to make sure you have the most advanced and easy control. So this is our ecosystem, and every product communicates together through this kind of a network.
Okay. Can you kind of tell us a little bit about what goes through the engineering process at Zigen, and maybe a little bit about your background and how you came to be involved with Zigen, and maybe some of the previous projects you were on?
Right. So all of our products are based on the need. So we are, and Ed is in tight relationship with dealers, representations, reps who will feed back information back to us, what is needed in the field. So we are trying to address all those issues. We want to build features that really add value to a given problem. So the engineering starts from really defining what is needed, and we are trying to, add those into every product. My own background, I've been in the video field for, pretty much all my life, and last 10-15 years working exclusively in different products and productization of different consumer electronics devices.
Are all these products engineered and designed in the United States?
That is correct.
Completely?
That is correct.
Okay, good. Ed, back over to you. What is your kind of projection for Zigen? I mean, I know you can't go into great in-depth on your product roadmap, but where do you see Zigen by next year's CEDIA?
It's a good question. Well, like Juha was mentioning, we are working on multiple different platforms, so it's kind of hard to say where we gonna be, but we know where we want to be as far as to cover the whole.
So everything coming out is tying into this ecosystem that you was talking about, and it sounds like the products are very cross-compatible.
Absolutely.
I know I saw up at the booth you had a new 70-meter PoE extender.
Yes.
That's going to be actually shipping next month. So that was exciting. Is that going to tie into all this new ecosystem?
Absolutely. It's part of the ecosystem.
Okay. And so that means we can get our power from multiple different places.
Correct.
I noticed you had 48-volt supplies on that product. Can you kind of explain the difference between this PoE and POH and why that's so important?
POH has been a standard for many years, and what we're seeing is with a POC or POH is in field when installers have crossed wires or whatnot, that power is always life. So we've seen a lot of people burn their extenders, fry other devices.
Mm-hmm.
With the PoE 48 volt, it's a standard. When you connect two devices together, the 48 volt will actually ask, can you support the voltage? If the receiving device acknowledges the support, then we will send the 48 volt. So therefore, we're protecting the devices from shorting out or frying in field.
Okay. So the big topic here, and we had talked about this in the booth earlier, has been UHD and HDMI, and the ability to watch these new movies in 4K and high definition. And you've been providing distribution products, like we said, shipping for a year. When these, when changes do occur in the industry, and we know they're going to occur, they continuously occur. Tell us what are some of the advantages of going with Zigen and some of your modular products?
Reliability, mainly.
And what about when a technology changes? You were talking about you could actually swap a module.
That is correct. Since it is modular design, we swap out the cards.
Okay, so we're not talking about replacing an entire switch. We're talking about replacing a module for potentially a new UHD source, and so they wouldn't have to replace the whole switch.
That is correct. You just replace the card instead of the switch.
Okay, outstanding. On the presentation switch, and I know there's a lot of the CEDIA crowd here, they do a lot of light commercial, and we touched on it briefly at the beginning, but would you say that is going to be, can we talk about the scaling a little bit? And I think there's some other features on there that were very innovative, new.
Right, so the presentation switch that we are going to release is going to have a full 4K up and down scaling. So it will be a fully featured scaler where you can take any kind of input format and output it at any other kind of resolution,
Okay.
including frame rate conversion. So you can go from 50 Hertz to 60 Hertz, you can go from 24 Hertz up to 60 Hertz, and you can do these kinds of scalings right there push of a button. And the scaling routines are very high-end, using latest chips at the moment. So that's one of the main features of that, including the connectivity choices.
Okay. So I'm going to stop it right now.